Welcome to my English Gap. Hope you will enjoy learning with me. This video is a continuation of the last video on present perfect tense. In this video, we will be discussing the use of for and since and the formation of questions in present perfect tense. If we use for or since, we should use present perfect. This is for an action that has not finished yet. It started in the past and is still continuing now. For example, he has worked there for 23 years. She has been on vacation for 8 days. I have been in my office for 15 minutes. Notice the word for. We can use for with an amount of time. All of these actions are still continuing. Another keyword is since. They have been in Canada since 2013. Use since with a date or point in time, not an amount of time. I have eaten 3 apples since 9 o'clock this morning. Or, she has studied English since she was a child. Notice, we can use since with a clause. In this case, a dependent clause or the clause that begins with the word since is in simple past. The independent clause uses present perfect. We can also use present perfect tense with unfinished time periods. For example, we have taken 2 tests this month. In this case, the month has not finished yet. I have eaten 3 apples today. In this case, today is not over. And finally, I have swum twice so far this week. Notice the phrase so far. This can be used with an unfinished period of time. This implies that I will probably swim again before the week is over. Now, let's learn how to make questions in present perfect tense. First, let's listen. Notice the questions she asks you in this video.
Well, now you know a few things about me. You know I've traveled out of the country, and you know I've swum this week. What about you? Have you traveled out of the country? Have you swum this week?
You have already learned how to form a sentence with this tense, with a subject and a helping verb and a past participle. Now, making the question is easy. Move the helping verb to the place before the subject. In English questions, a verb comes before the subject. Have you traveled to India? The correct response to this question is yes, I have, or no, I haven't. This is called a yes-no question because only possible answers are yes and no. If we have the third person singular subject, remember to use has instead of have. For example, has Bob driven a motorcycle? Correct answers are yes, he has, or no, he hasn't. Now, let's look at information questions, also called WH questions. What has Bob driven? To this question, we can answer, he has driven a motorcycle or a motorcycle. To form a WH question, we keep the same order that we had in our yes-no questions, but now we had a question word to the front. Here is another example. Where have you traveled? The answer is I have traveled to India, or for a short answer, to India. So in a WH question, just follow this order. WH with, helping verb, subject, and past participle. Here's another example. I have seen that movie 3 times. Use present perfect with words like once, twice, or 3 times. Also, I have already seen that movie. Already can be used in affirmative sentences or questions. Yet and still are also used with the present perfect. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Have you eaten dinner yet? Yet can be used in negative sentences or questions. Or I still haven't gone to the store. Still is used in negative sentences. Finally, have you ever met me? I haven't ever met you. Or I've never met you and you've never met me. Ever and never are common words for present perfect. ever means at any time in your entire life. It can be used in a question or a negative sentence. Good job. Thanks for watching.